see there's a fatality over here this morning.
Did you see it was?
Yeah.
It was Sue Dunn.
And both of them, and the two dogs too.
I worked with Sue at Delayed.
Yeah, she,
Really nice people.
my wife was saying that the woman that hit them went to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries.
My ex, Greg, his wife was in that accident too, and she had to hang around and answer questions for an hour. And I guess she was pretty rattled by the time they were done.
Right.
She didn't go to work, she turned around and went back home. You can't blame her.
Right,
That's a terrible thing to come across. Man, I can't imagine.
Where exactly did it happen?
In Twin Hills,
One
I
at
guess.
Twin Hills over the town line.
The truck was going down the hill or up the hill?
Don't know that.
I know it was awful greasy, and then whoever's maintaining these state roads should be ashamed of themselves, because that road around this morning was just, that was treacherous.
I
Really?
said it was.
Yeah, and I know it was the same for this place,
Yeah.
because it was just like a snap of a finger, it just started snowing
Yeah.
huge flakes.
Yeah, I think it'll be good when we get that form, we can do that evaluation, because I do wanna put something in there about how we addressed me back when that stuff happened. Cause I don't think he'd talk to me different. I think he would've talked to me different if I
Well,
was in me.
listen, I don't know if you caught this one night, and I don't know if he meant it how I thought he meant it. We were standing in there, me, you, and I think you were there, maybe Tony Neal as well. But Bob, the meeting ended, and then he came right over to us and he looked specifically at you. And he said, "Oh, well, see you next Tuesday."
See you next Tuesday.
Yep.
What do you mean?
Con. CUNT.
Right, see you next Tuesday, that's what that means.
Oh, you know, he was buddies with Conley, so I wouldn't be surprised, cause that's,
Right.
yeah. But ever since that happened, I don't think we ever patched it up with the situation.
There's a crowd.
Drywalling?
No, I'm doing that at the job site. You know what I hate worse than drywalling?
What's that?
I can't think of anything either. Pretty much the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, so when we do that evaluation, I do wanna talk to him and mention something about that, cause I still feel offended by the way he treated me in that meeting that day, and thank you for coming to my defense.
Yeah.
And I don't really think he would have treated me that way if I was a man, but just seeing me and seeing that other thing the other night, that's the only 2 times I've seen something like that. So I don't wanna hang the guy because of it. I don't hate him because of it, but my antenna's up, and seeing that email about Jess, about the way he wrote, well, if she's gonna go, it'll be all right, because then the rest of the crew is gonna back me up, or something like that. It's like, you don't want people around you that question you, that's not right, that's not what we need.
I was informed there last week, that this thing there with Ripka there ain't gonna go away.
Why, is that going to court now? What's going on with it? I've heard nothing about it.
I heard there that they've retained an attorney.
Well, how come he hasn't told us that? Does he know that?
Probably not. But I would tell you this. After a phone conversation there with Stephen last month, and when she went out on FML, the family leave thing,
Yeah.
she had come back and with a doctor's note with restrictions.
Mm-hmm.
Bob there told her, he said, we have no accommodations for you.
But yeah, he could accommodate Jeff when he lost his license and couldn't plow, and he let him work the whole time.
Right.
But
and other people.
the thing of it is, my point is, with that is, she was a training person there for that department. 20 hours a week, it's already in the budget.
And like my husband said, she worked her ass off. They don't want people that work. They like the ones that sit around at the garage for half an hour first, chugging coffee. And there ought to be cameras down there, and they shouldn't be allowed to be doing that.
But the other thing too,
And
yeah,
another thing is, they should be working 5 days a week all year, because we need people out there on the roads, and we ought to change that.
her husband,
We gotta do it before spring comes, and they change it back, cause they,
We gotta,
yeah, I know. And if he gets back on, nothing's gonna go through.
the, Joe, her husband is, I've heard him say a couple times, you don't wanna fire her.
Yeah,
And I told Bob that when this thing had first started,
There was
and
no trouble?
he kept pressing it. I said, you wanna treat that with very delicate gloves.
I don't see why he can't find work for her. She could've done this secretary job, we wouldn't have had to hire somebody else.
He don't like her.
I know, yeah, he does,
He don't like her.
and he don't like me, and he don't like Jess.
The milk.
How are you?
I'm doing all right, how are you?
Good.
I got you on late till, actually.
Oh, special meeting of the board of directors. Yes,
So
we should take a vote in September, if I'm even around, I don't know, I'm gonna be booted
But
next month, next week.
Nick here was whining fucking Bob there again this morning about my question there about the cruiser thing.
Is there anybody in
No, Dan is out on call, out on the road. So anyhow, I told Bob, I said, I just asked him a question and he come all unglued. And my thing is here too, the fact there when I was talking to you on the phone there, Stephen there called me to let me know that he just got off the phone to Bob. I said, yeah, that's like a couple little kids calling there to rat somebody out all the time. It's like, grow up here and grow up.
well, that's how I felt with his response to Jess in the meeting that we had in there.
Yeah,
Very-
grow up, you're a town manager.
Right,
Yes.
it was very,
Very
it was very,
unprofessional.
very high school-like, and very like, two friggin' siblings bantering back and forth. And I was like, I expected it out of her, I didn't expect it out of him. I just came right there on the spot, like.
And you know, there's a lot of people, I mean, that say that when they come here and ask questions, they're shunned or put off.
Oh, yeah.
And
Exactly.
that's still that way, nothing has changed, it hasn't gotten better, and that should be fixed. That needs to be fixed, our people of our town, and us, should be able to come here and ask and talk and not feel like they don't wanna bother with us or answer our questions.
Well, you remember how upset everybody was about the posted roads and all that stuff, and then Stephen Lumber was like, you've never even been to my business.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I don't think he's been there yet.
and then you had a
No,
problem with the
yeah.
road, come see me anytime, but
Right.
what about me, I don't count?
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a gender, maybe,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know, I mean, I don't wanna take anybody's job away from him, but if he can't treat people respectfully, and he's right, Steve's right, it's hard to find people, and we will have a hard time finding a replacement
and I don't think
that
that,
has any smarts, especially when we don't even have a treasurer that knows what she's doing, we'll be screwed for a while.
well, the thing is, though, he's still listed as treasurer.
So is he getting paid for that?
Well, I don't care.
And why is she
I don't
getting such
care.
a jump in pay when she doesn't even have any college, or make her take
I-
some courses first, then give her a raise. I
Right,
mean, not
right.
coach her for
She-
2 months
she
and then
not-
give her $2 raise.
She never had any training, and my thing is there too, Bob there is doing all the computer entry for her,
He is?
yes.
Why?
You look at your DocuSigns and it's
Yeah.
all hand scratch, that's Bob's.
Right. Yeah, and half the time, the DocuSigns, there's no security measure on the thing, not like it was with the other CPA firm. And then, if you read the actual warrant, they're dated ahead all the time.
All the time,
All the time, they're dated ahead.
and it shouldn't be that way.
Well, let's tell him to stop doing that.
That's like a Tuesday night, I asked there for a financial statement for the month, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah,
That's scary, we're in for more trouble.
do you think?
I mean, this whole thing's been nothing but trouble. And we're lucky that the townspeople really don't come here and say something, cause I wish they would. I wish that they'd fill this place,
I know.
Exactly.
cause you wanna see somebody get heated.
What do you think's gonna happen if Conley gets on board?
I don't think you get on there.
He'll piss everybody off so bad.
How the hell is somebody gonna do a write-in anyways? I mean,
And by the way, Tony Hamlin, when they asked, did you watch that thing where Greet the Candidate?
I didn't.
Well, Quist, asshole Quist, asked, actually, Victoria Eastman
Yeah.
wrote the question, why didn't you guys get the petition, get the signatures and pass it in and get on the ballot? Tony said because he went to Florida, he was only in Florida for a week, and he told Rose at the post office, when she asked him, the reason why he didn't do it was because somebody said, he asked for a signature and somebody said, why, so you can continue to run the town
Yeah.
the way you have been? And he got pissed and decided not to turn in his petition.
Right.
And then Mike said that he was working so much, he was too busy, he got all the signatures he needed, but he was too busy to pass it in. I work at the fucking post office in December, you know how
Right,
busy
right.
I was?
Right.
And I can't
Right.
ask people at work.
Right.
All day long, I'm eight and a half hours, I can't ask for signatures, and I got mine done.
Right.
I wanted to say that so bad.
Yeah. Well, no, see, so what Tony's hopeful on that thing is, he's hoping that anybody that does show up to the actual town meeting
We'll be his friends.
will be his friends and writing it, you know,
Mhm.
cause most of them, he's a liberal.
The ones that vote are the
100%.
ones that are in the schools, and, yeah.
Right.
Right.
You know, you're gonna get them that are gonna come in and they're like, well, he did a good job before. And they're like, yeah.
I wish I could release there some of the information, contractual information there that I uncovered there during the summer. They wouldn't vote for him.
Right.
No way at all.
Right, there's so much,
Well, if you can't release it, somebody else can.
so many backdoor deals that got done in here, especially when Damien was here.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
yeah, I have heard rustlings of that, and I see proof of it,
I
so,
Solar
yeah.
farm, one proof.
Exactly,
Yeah.
that's what I
Exactly.
was thinking, yeah.
I asked, it took me quite a while to get some information on Ellen there, from Ellen there. I wanted to find out how much the town got for stumpage there when they cut that. She
Yeah.
said the town got about $16,000 in stumpage there for them cutting all that high grade deer wood out of there. And it was all to help the solar farm, so I asked Damien there one day, I said, okay, it's nice here, you cut the wood there for the solar farm. I said, but why did you cut the stuff there that was down below the height of the land? That had nothing to do with the solar farm. He never answered me.
Do you guys ever wonder if that drug problem started with him? He was going to New York every week.
I've surmised.
There was a girl that used to be in town that was running around with him at one point. And they had the drug take back bin here with the stuff, and one time she had a headache and she told me that he gave her something from that. And that really raised my suspicions.
Oh, I wouldn't surprise me.
There was, yesterday Bob there showed me some paperwork. There's some group, that the state's sponsoring, a needle exchange place to take place in the Lane's parking lot. I says, apparently they've never been to Mile, Maine there and don't realize that the Lane doesn't have a parking lot. But to have a needle exchange there where you come in and exchange needles so you fucking shoot up on Main Street? No.
No.
I don't know.
It bad enough, Nick here fucking do his job there to help clear curb it.
That's why the town Bronco got rid of him, you know.
Cause they weren't doing nothing.
Abolished the
Because
town,
why?
because he wasn't doing anything.
So, what's her name, the real estate agent? She told me he was bad,
Yeah.
real bad, but she wouldn't
And
tell
she
me
just,
why.
and she was just as fucking nutty
Oh,
as he
she's,
was.
yeah, I know how she is.
No, Dolly.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, she's pretty nutty.
yeah.
But no, Dean Bladdock was on the board. And he said the whole reason that they wanted to disband the police department around because he was the chief and he
And he
wasn't
wouldn't
doing
do
a damn thing. All he wanted to do was spend money, same thing he does
So
here.
like, just like you're doing here.
He don't do nothing.
All you gotta do is tell him no a couple times and he'll quit, cause he has such a temper.
Well, no, then that's what we gotta start doing.
Yeah,
Just everything he asks for, no, no.
yep,
Just like this whole driving his car up there to Brownville to take his kid up there every day.
yeah, because somebody asked me about that last year.
Yeah.
So I asked Bob about it, because they
It's
came
in-
to me
it's
and
in-
asked,
It's in his
but he didn't
contract.
tell me that back then, so
But
was
Bob
it
wouldn't
added,
show me his contract.
was it added in after that? Because I think he told me that he'd been spoken to about it before, and that he would mention it to him. So I bet he just added it last year.
It's no different than this town charter and that contract right there. That contract was backdated.
Exactly.
That was backdated because I wouldn't sign it. That was backdated. Because it was only 1 year. And that's why the charter got changed, and the charter did get changed because it was of malicious intent.
Exactly.
Well, and I think
Because
Tony's
we
gonna try
right in
real
there.
hard, cause he knows that there's something up and he don't want to lose his boy, so he's gonna try real hard to get back on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure Tony Heels already called him and filled him in on everything tonight.
I think Bob and Tony Hill speak daily.
Yeah,
I do too.
yeah.
Tony was in there every
Do
day.
you know one
coaching.
day at a meeting here, one day, I was talking to somebody, I don't know if it was you or you. And we were sitting around the table and I was talking and Tony got up from the table and went around, looked like this to me and started talking to whoever it was I was talking to. On purpose, stuck his ass in my face.
Oh, yeah.
And just on purpose, and I just pretended I didn't notice.
Yeah.
Cause I didn't wanna give him the satisfaction.
Right.
That was
My wife
easy.
had said that when she was in high school there, he was a pig then, he's still a pig.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I've had,
If the townspeople there actually knew there why he left fucking Portland and came back here.
Oh, really?
yeah.
Oh,
Why'd
yeah.
he leave
He
Portland?
was asked to leave, he was dicking there a shitload of high school girls under his fucking thumb.
Me too.
South Portland.
Me too movement.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, no, listen, if you could be a fly on the wall down at Witham's garage on any daily basis in a sanctum.
Yeah.
okay, I've been there, I've heard it, and the stuff that comes out of that man's mouth,
What,
Tony's.
Tony, he goes down there?
Oh, him and Mike just like this.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah, they have been, they're chums for years.
Huh.
Yeah, if you could hear the things come out of his mouth, you wouldn't even look.
Yeah.
I was down
believe
there
it,
one
I
day
believe
to see little Mike here to do an inspection,
Mm-hmm.
and he come in, says, "What you doing here?"
Like he owned the place and,
Yeah.
and you have to
Yeah.
answer to him.
Oh, he's a pig. I've had more older women, married older women, and their husbands would be sitting right there telling me the same thing about him. You know, that grew up with him, they know him, and they know what happened down there in Portland.
Huh.
I found the information there from his cousin.
Yeah. I'm not surprised at all. No.
No. But anyways,
Yep.
they've run town for years and years and years, and they're still
Right.
trying to do it.
This is our only chance right here, and if we lose it, we're fucked.
Well, that's why I wanted this to go better than it did tonight. I guess we still got a chance.
Yeah, we do, cause,
And I'm not gonna be strong armed into somebody telling me that, oh, you're gonna have a hard job finding town manager.
Hmm.
Who gives a shit?
no, I think we
It's
will. I think we will. I think we should expect that, but, I mean,
But
that doesn't
they-
mean that it's better to stay the way we're going, so.
Stephen here told me today, he said when it comes to, he said they do town manager searches. When they did the search there, and they picked their David Maynard, the Eaton and Peabody, and Eric Stumple there, the other guy there from Eaton and Peabody, they went through about 150 different resumes. And David Maynard was number 30 out of the final pool, and Wilma selected him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
She said, I said to Wilma, I said because she wanted to fly him here.
Huh.
I said, why do you want to fly him here? Well, so we could do an interview, because we'd already done a phone interview with a guy. And over the phone there, he talked a good scheme. So when she flew him here, she calls us up there like 9 o'clock in the morning. She said, I'm going to, supposed to pick the guy up at 11 o'clock this morning at the airport. Without even telling us that.
You guys didn't even know he was coming?
No.
Wow, how do you
Then she
spend
was-
money like that without getting approval? You just do that?
Yes, we did.
So anyhow, shows up, she was an hour and a half late for the meeting, for the interview. And his body language there from the start there reiterated what I could feel there off the phone.
Yeah,
So it was about a week after he was hired. Matt Pinio there calls me up. He said, come on up to my office. He said, I got something to show you. And he started popping up there news files, news reports there from the places where he worked. He was paid to leave every place there.
really?
Yeah, the local newspapers in Windsor, Connecticut. He was working there. That wasn't one of the places on his resume
Oh,
that he listed. And the board, the whole board there, spewed the guts there right to the press to why they asked him to leave.
wow.
So fast forward there, the board there finally decided to fuck her and get rid of him.
Yeah,
So his separation was he got 1 year's pay.
Yeah.
1 year's pay
that's crazy.
and 100% of his benefits.
Well,
Then
as
they
far
turn, then they turn around and says, we don't have any money to hire a town manager, so they hired Damien. Well, he was drawing 2 paychecks.
I know, that wasn't right.
Mhm.
So like, now I forgot what I was gonna say.
Stephen there mentioned today, he said, that's a conflict of interest.
Yeah,
I
oh,
said,
for
cause
sure.
like he said, is you got the town manager that oversees your police chief, he can't very well write his own performance evaluation.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as far as our economic development committee, I think at one of our meetings, if I stay on the board, I'm gonna make a motion that we set up some rules for that. Make it like a 1-year thing where they get reelected or have to do something to get reelected because they're just doing whatever they want, just like Steve putting that advertising campaign of mics online and stuff. That shouldn't happen.
I asked Bob a couple of years ago about the charter committee, cause I did some research. And on the state of Maine website is the charter committees are elected there like your selectmen are. They're not appointed. And the article about the charter in the Maine Townsman even says that too.
Really?
Oh,
So
yeah.
then is our first charter even valid then, if they didn't elect the people that did it? The First Amendment on 2011? Should've brought that up tonight and asked the lawyer.
I can't remember how many of us here was on that committee. I think there was like 9 of us on that
But
committee.
if you weren't elected and you made changes,
Right.
But the board there recommended it, the charter committee there recommended it to the select board, and they forwarded it there, so voted there to either just do an amendment or do a whole rendition.
You know, there is a way out of this, okay? You know how, in that meeting in there, Bob said, I'll run with a contract or without a contract. Just let him run without one.
well, we could just take a vote come September if we wanna renew it or not.
That's when his evaluation's supposed to be done there, but it says that.
Well, I asked him that, the lawyer that, and he said we need to do the evaluation now.
Yeah, for last year.
For last year. But
Yeah.
come, 30 days here before that extension's up, we do another evaluation there to continue on or what have you. But the charter there, and his contract here says 90 days prior to, we have to let him know whether or not we're gonna extend his contract. So I said.
Prior to 90 days before October 23rd.
Yes, so that's back into July, I said, yeah, so,
So that's a little catch-22, isn't it? So we gotta let them know in July,
Right,
so then we should just vote in July then, whether we wanna renew it or not.
right. Right.
We should just do, give everybody a piece of paper, write your vote, throw it in the box, pass it around, and then pull them out and see what they say.
Yep.
I mean, we should do that every year anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're supposed to,
I
so let's do it.
I knew
See what
tonight,
happens.
I knew tonight I was gonna get some gruff, we was gonna get some lip here from Tony.
Well, yeah, I know.
Well, yeah, cause he's, Tony's boy.
He's right, he's Tony's boy, right.
right, he can't come to half the meetings or even stay for a whole one, but he can, got a lot to say.
Yeah, oh, yeah, he's got a lot to say. Yeah.
And my thing here with Tony was this, from midsummer on, every time I contact him there for, let him know about the special meeting there, date change and shit. I haven't got no contact with him there, and then all of a sudden he calls me there yesterday, fishing.
I don't have any respect for him.
No.
For many reasons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
All right, well,
I'm gonna go home and get some
Yep.
supper.
Yep,